Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Julio Gonzalez and welcome to the Federalist Pages. And today I want to talk to you about the greatest contemporaneous threat to our democracy. Believe it or not, it's censorship. It's not the Russians, it's not the Chinese, it's not some big atomic missile that's aimed in our direction. It's censorship from within. It's corporations that are deciding that they are the greatest purveyors of the truth, and it is their role to figure out what and whether we should see. This is an incredible threat to our democracy, and it was one that was foreseen by no one less than Thomas Jefferson himself. If you look, Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Act for Establishing Religious Freedom, "The truth is great and will prevail if left to herself. That she is the proper and sufficient antagonist to error and has nothing to fear from the conflict unless by human interposition disarmed of her natural weapons, which are free argument and debate." Thomas Jefferson knew that the way that we would arrive at the truth, that the way that we would arrive at a greater understanding of the realities that surround us, that the way that we were going to come to a conclusion as to what the best path was for our country was through free debate and argument. No matter how offensive it was and no matter how uncomfortable it made us feel, especially despite how uncomfortable it made us feel. And man, there were a lot of things that went out there that would be considered incredibly offensive by any standards. Consider this. Thomas Paine called King George a worm. Benjamin Rush, a physician, called Alexander Hamilton a bastard brat of a Scotch peddler. Andrew Jackson famously expressed his regret at not having shot Henry Clay or hanged John C. Calhoun. Theodore Roosevelt said that William McKinley had no more backbone than a chocolate eclair. And Lyndon B. Johnson said of Gerald Ford that he was so dumb that he can't fart and chew gum at the same time. Oh, you tell me, would Twitter allow that? Would Facebook? What do they have to fear? That their candidate, their favorite candidate, isn't going to win? Well, I have a response to that. As you know, the whole thing that has triggered this latest discussion is Twitter's banning or blocking of the New York Post's stories on Hunter Biden's emails that are demonstrating all sorts of terrible conduct on his part. And it wasn't just with the Ukraine, it seems to be also with China, and it seems to even involve some abhorrent sexual acts. And they're coming out. Twitter decided that the New York Post had no right to show these videos, at least in their platform. Yet Twitter seems to indicate that it is a conduit for free speech, for free expression. That's a lie. Here's the thing. Suppose that the New York Post is correct. Suppose that it is true that Hunter Biden was engaged in some sort of nefarious activity with either China, Ukraine, or even worse. Then don't we have the right to know about it? And shouldn't we know about it as quickly as possible? We're in the middle of a campaign, of an election, after all. And if they're wrong, if the New York Post perchance is wrong, and they got it all messed up, they either did it intentionally or through reckless disregard of the truth, then don't we have the right to know about it as quickly as possible so we can engage in that argument and debate that Jefferson spoke about and clean it up? Let it be cleansed under the light of day. Either way, isn't it best if it came out so that we can make up our own minds as to whether there is truth or there is lie? I'm telling you, unless we change our ways right now and unless we put a stop to these corporate behemoths that are able to control what we see and when we see it, our country, our democracy, is in serious trouble. My name is Dr. Julio Gonzalez. Thank you for watching, and make sure you visit us at thefederalistpages.com.